It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in for what has been an inspirational show, and I think we're going to keep it exactly on that trend. So what happens when you pit the Archbishop against the Antichrist? This is being explored in a new movie called The Forgiven, starring Whitaker as Archbishop Desmond Tutu and Bana as murderer Piet Blomfeld. Let's take a look.
Prisoner Blomfeld, you have a visitor.
Father, please find me just one piece of bone.
I promise.
Don't go to that prison. He's only out to harm you.
But he knows who killed this girl.
He's a psychopath and a convicted killer. He'll try and destroy you.
Joining us to shed more light on what went into the making of this incredible film is one of the South African cast members who plays police officer Hansie Coetzee. Morne Visser, please give him a big Expresso welcome. Thank you. It was quite difficult to muster a round of applause after that. I mean, it's harrowing, and lots of that narrative is coming back to me. I don't know how you were able to actually delve into this as an actor, but maybe for the uninitiated, for the generations that maybe don't know about this, can you set the context for us for the film?
It's really, it's obviously based on true events, and it's about the journey of Desmond Tutu. You know, Mandela asked him to set up the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, something that's never been done anywhere in the world. And it's really about his journey, about how he goes about that, setting up this commission, knowing that in some way, very important, you need the truth, and in some way you need some closure as well. So he then finds Bana's character, which is kind of based on a few characters, but the kind of prime evil character, a character that can't get, you know, forgiveness and can't testify, and to tell the story of really what happened. And yeah, that's what it's about, you know?
I think with this, it's so complicated because you're telling the story of a nation, but within a film, you've got to get a personal narrative to truly be able to explore what the Archbishop, and we're sending all of our love to the Arch right now, wherever he is right at this moment. Your character must have had to, yourself and your character must have had to go through such an incredible journey. Can you talk us through
I also based my character on a few characters. So it's one of those characters that is still in the force and still operational as a police officer and has a lot to lose. Bana's character cannot testify and we will not get, you know... Absolution. And my character can, and he basically writes letters to me to ask me to go and tell the truth. And I based it really on officers who did not make the decisions, but were the followers, you know, and those guys who really, who executed and who didn't ask questions and who weren't in the position to ask questions. And yeah, that's...
There is such a dichotomy, if that's the right word here, in that to be able to move on, you do need to forgive, personally. But as you say, some things can't be forgiven. We can't forget and we cannot forgive. What's the lesson you've learnt through this process, through making this what looks like an incredible film?
I think as a nation, again, we at a place where we are forming a new identity. This was part of a process and of an identity of us. And now we're in this place where we are trying to find new ways of forgiveness and moving on and acceptance. And I just think that we never seem to really learn from history. And here's an opportunity to see history. And although for a lot of people this is a very dark and heavy subject, I think it's something for us to celebrate, the fact that we have gone through this. we have gone through it, and we've made it through it, and it wasn't perfect, but we did something. And I think this is what it's about. It's about doing something, and making a film like this is doing something. We're not running away from history, we're facing it head on, and we're willing to have that conversation. And that's what I take out of this process.
An opportunity to celebrate what the Arch has done for this country. I think in essence, we're not a country of victims, we're a country of survivors, as you say, of people who have embraced the worst of what we've had to go through so we can move forward. But congratulations on being a part of what must be one of those standout film productions that you've achieved as an incredible actor. So that's saying a lot. Thank you so much, Morne. It's this gripping new drama film chronicling the gravity of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and so much of that narrative that went on behind the scenes that we haven't been privy to here in South Africa. The Forgiven opens across cinemas nationwide today. Go and see it. Support local cinema.